Thanks for joining me. So while I'm on the C9 detox from forever, I wanted to show you guys some recipes that I've been using for the 600 calories dinner. You know, today I got a salmon fillet fresh from the market. It's definitely a must. That it's gotta be fresh because you'll be eating it raw like sashimi. Some scallions or spring onions depending on where you are, and that's chopped into small pieces. Then you got sesame seed, some sesame oil, light soy sauce, Shaoxin wine, Hawaiian black lava sea salt. So if you can't get this, you can replace it with kosher salt. Keep the skin if you want to. I put it into the oven and then it'll have a very crispy. You want to have cut the fresh salmon into cubes like this, which is around 1 centimeter cubed. What you're gonna do is you got a tablespoon here. Obviously this is according to taste, but what I do is usually, as a guide, use less than more, because then if you put less, you can always save it, right? You can always save it from being too salty. So I just put in the light soy sauce in there first. That was 1 tablespoon roughly. And with the pure sesame oil, it's quite powerful. So start off with around half a tablespoon of that. That's around like that. Drizzled over. And then you got the Chinese Shaoxin wine. I put in roughly another 1 tablespoon. So mix this. And it shouldn't have too much liquid, as you can see. You want to start off with less than more. Hawaiian black lava sea salt. Usually it's around a pinch or two. Put the spring onions now. It's looking pretty good already. And what you want to do here is I have a container where I just put it into the fridge for at least around half an hour. And then so by the time you take it out, you want to probably have it in room temperature for maybe like 5 minutes max, probably, because it is raw fish after all. But as you can see, it's not too dark because we're using light soy sauce. This is an option for you guys if you want avocado in the salmon poke. I've cut it into similar size as a salmon, so around 1 centimeter each. And then I've lightly tossed it into the salmon poke. And then what I've also done is I've put this into the oven. This is the sesame seeds, lightly roasted so you can see it's golden brown. This, basically what I'm going to be doing is putting this on top of this, then lightly toss this. You see this, just really lightly, because you don't want to break those beautiful avocado pieces into, you know, smush, since it's just ripe. So it's smelling absolutely amazing. You see what I've done with the salmon skin? I've kept it and then I've broiled it until it's crispy. And then I cut it into small strips. And that I'm going to be putting it on top of the poke. So here I'm just going to serve this onto the board. And around a fillet of fresh salmon with 1 avocado, that's usually around, like, you know, two portions. Obviously depending on how much you want to eat, right? So here you go. You got like a nice presentation. And then what I'm gonna do is take some of that crispy oops, crispy skin here. Sorry, it's coming all over the place. So that gives it an extra crunch. And for additional, additional taste, this is something that I love putting in any, Japanese rice dish is furikake. And this is sort of for any fish dish. And this just kind of gives an extra umph, if you can say it like that. And it's just a bit of like, seasoning with, oops, sorry. with seaweed. And that's it. Thanks for joining me.